Hey guys, if you guys are tuning in to the Respawn podcast right now, Rosa and I just wanted to warn you that this episode, wow, she's looking all weird. This episode, we had a couple computer glitches. Well, I had a couple computer glitches. You're going to notice them as you go. If audio quality or video quality doesn't look perfect, I can't with you, doesn't look perfect. Just rest assured, this is not going to be the norm going further. I just had some massive computer glitches while we were recording, so everything's good. At the very end, you are not going to see a nonsense section this episode because we just had too many glitches. But everything else will be as norm. We just wanted to warn you before you actually press play. Hope you guys enjoy.
Technology is an L. Technology.
It is. I think now we have to tell them to go enjoy the episode.
Yeah, guys. There's a lot of funsies in there.
Enjoy the episode.
And if you're watching it or listening to it on Spotify or Apple, please check out the YouTube version where you watch me eat pizza and
there is pizza.
Other stuff, yeah. And where Steven's screen goes completely black. That was lovely.
That's okay.
Also, please leave reviews.
Amen.
Reviews about what you thought about the podcast.
Amen.
By the way,
appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Welcome. You're now part of another episode of the Respawn Podcast, your weekly update on all things God, gaming, and more nonsense than you're ready for. Rosa and Pastor Steven, bringing faith in video games right to your ears. Let's get this started.
What's
lovely
up, everybody?
To see your face, everybody.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Lovely to be in your ears.
Welcome to 2022. Welcome to another episode of the Respawn Podcast. Can you believe we're in 2022?
I haven't seen you in a year.
You're true. That's right. How was your New Year's?
It was all right. I streamed.
Oh, you did stream. You did stream.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Pulled up a live dropping of the ball on stream, and we just watched it together.
You're such a cool streamer.
You're such a cool streamer.
No, you did a New Year's Eve with your community. You know what I did? I sat on my couch and watched Chronicles of Narnia with my wife. I ignored my community.
That's because you have somebody.
Did you have Smile and Wiki? You did have Smile, right? And Wiki.
Yeah, they were there. Yeah.
Was that the night that you played the scary game?
Yes, unfortunately.
How was that?
Goodness gracious. Almost broke my monitor.
Really?
Also, this guy right here had a lot of beating.
Okay, what was scary about it, though?
Just, like, random jump scares. Like, there was this one point, like, there was this mannequin laying on the ground. So, like, it's called Man of Meddon.
Okay.
And it's a decision-based game. So, like, me and Smile were doing it together. Like, he was streaming and I was streaming. And we had like a link that we would post, like if somebody that was in my chat wanted to see Smile's perspective, they could click on the link and it would show like both of us.
Oh, okay, cool. Really cool.
It was really cool. But I remember at this one point, there's these clues that you find that help you like make decisions later. They're like premonitions, almost like visions and stuff.
Okay.
And they will sparkle, like as you're walking around, you'll see like a little glint of something. So I was like, what is this little glint over here? I walked over, and it's literally a mannequin, naked, laying on the ground. And I'm like, sitting over
after hours?
I'm like sitting over it, and my character like bends down and is just staring at her. I was like, we're just going to gaze at her like this? All naked, like the mannequin? And then her head turns.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'd freak out.
I was just like, okay, no. And then
uninstall right there.
It's just like dumb stuff that I would never do if I was in this situation. Like there's this one point I was in this creepy like ghost boat, and in the boat there's like this almost like, do you know the for some reason I can only think of Shrek, like where you put a coin in and then there's like all the little things come out and they're like, you know, singing a song or something like that. You know
oh yeah, the scene in Shrek when they go into the city.
Yeah.
The little machine.
So there's like one of those things. There's one of those little machines in the room that I'm in on a creepy boat. And the curtains pull back and it's like this messed up looking doll.
Oh, no. What game was this? What game was this?
Man of Meddon.
Oh, interesting.
And my character, like you make decisions like whether you want to do something or not. It pops up and prompts me to see if I want to put the coin in this machine. And I'm like, excuse me, absolutely not.
I know,
like,
I'm that
I pressed B so fast and just walked away. Like,
I
you
watch
think I'm gonna
movies. Oh, but we'll never know what would have happened.
Yeah, that's the point.
I watch movies,
Crazy.
and then when they go back to do things, I'm like, why are you going back? There was a noise. I would not go back. I'd be running the other way.
Yeah. And this one scene, me and one of the other characters are like running down this hall being chased by this madman, and we like vault over something, and they both turn around and just like see if he's coming.
Exactly. But then it wouldn't be funny if they did it in real life, like you'd be running away. It just wouldn't be good.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, there was this one scene where one of the characters is like being mauled to death. Like, basically.
Yeah.
Has all kinds of zombies around him and stuff like that. I save him. Like, you have a choice. Like, save him or escape. And I saved him. Or her. I can't even remember if it was a guy or girl. We take off running, and like, there's like a cut scene almost. So, like, I saved the girl, and I, like, leaned back in my chair, and I was like, oh, thank God I saved her. And I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy this cutscene.
Nope.
Oh, man in your face. Like, scary-looking man. And I was like, literally took my hat off and threw it at my monitor. My monitor went black for a couple seconds. And I was like, oh, no.
How else was that?
And then there was this other point. Like, one of my biggest fears in life, I don't know why, it's like an irrational fear. If other people have them, fine. I can look at pictures of your cool little little rat pets and stuff like that, whatever.
You don't like mice and rats?
I do not like rodents.
They're cute. We used to have a mouse. We used to have a fancy, it's the name, like the name of the animal is called a fancy mouse.
Oh.
He died. We got rid of him. I never really cared about him, nor did my wife. But when your 3-year-old is crying his eyes out because he wants a $7 fancy mouse from PetSmart that comes with a $50 case, mind you. That's how they get you. Anyway, you get the fancy mouse.
Wow. Yeah. Well, not for me. There was this one scene where this guy, I walk into this room and there's like a dead body laying on the floor with like thousands of rats on top of him eating his flesh.
I'm good.
I literally turned away. I was like, I can't even see this part.
Yeah, I'm good.
Whenever I turn back, all of the rats are coming towards me.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's wrong on so many levels.
Like, no. You know, of course, I'm freaking out, whatever. Fast forward to like 5 minutes later, I'm in this encounter with this being that has 2 heads, and it's like really scary looking. And I have a knife in my hand.
I love how in the last 5-7 minutes you have walked us through the entire gameplay, just so you know. I hope you were planning on playing this game, guys, because Rosa just spoiled everything.
I have a knife in my hand, and well, I mean, you make different decisions. It changes the whole storyline. You would have to make the same decisions that I made.
You are more into this than you think. Go ahead, continue.
Literally, I have a decision to stab this thing, and then it shows me I also have a decision to stab myself.
Oh.
And I was like, why would I stab myself? And the camera pans down. I'm bloody, like my torso is like really bloody. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Rat pokes out of my chest.
Yeah.
Screaming. Little rat out of my chest screaming.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Oh, I offed myself so fast.
We're gonna have to put a warning on this podcast now.
I should have.
We're gonna have to put a warning.
On my
like when we first, like, you mark my words, when it boots up, we're like, for those of you watching, the first 3 minutes, you might want to fast forward. How else was your week?
You're making me feel really self-conscious now that I absolutely just ruined the entire podcast by explaining my fear of. Okay, anyway.
The rat jumping out the stomach was a bit interesting.
It's the game, not me. My week was okay. It was, I don't know. I've been like, also my lava lamp is like flickering and it's really getting
the lava lamp, the thirst trap.
Yeah, it's like random. Like, watch, see that?
It's possessed. Maybe while you wait, hear me out. Maybe while you were playing the game.
Don't even put any of that kind of stuff in my head.
Maybe while you were playing the game. Wait, do that again. Move your hand. Okay, here's the deal. If you guys are not watching the video version, by the way, the lava lamp is possessed when Rosa does something with her hand. It moves as if it's trying to tell her something. So here, Rosa, here's the deal. Maybe while you're playing the game, something got out. Because then you try to hit your monitor.
Please stop.
And
No,
then
stop.
that turned into-
Stop.
I'm just saying, if
I
you
will
need,
literally call a priest right
I
now.
will send you some anointing oil, and, and I'll go over there myself if you need.
How Pentecostal of you. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I do have the background. Okay, so your week was all right.
How was your week?
It was good. Streams have been really good. Been crazy. I went down really low on my viewer count when I first moved my setup over and started doing night streams and switched my whole schedule. Like I was averaging double what I'm at now, and we're picking things back up, which is really fun. New Discord is going really good. Can't complain. Ever since I made that, loving that actually. Week's been going overall really good. I watched Chronicles of Narnia for the first time ever. Never seen it before.
Did you love it?
I did, especially as a Christian, because I didn't realize, my wife was explaining it to me as we watched it, that like C.S. Lewis wrote it, and it's all based about Jesus and the gospel, basically. So you didn't know this? Have you watched it?
I've watched Chronicles of Narnia.
You have?
But what's weird is like,
so everything is the gospel in the Bible. Everything.
I made that like connection like myself in my head with like the lion and like.
No, it's crazy. Okay, so the lion, like the whole movie from beginning to end, that's the whole thing. So like the witch, the white witch, or whatever she is, right? You know how she presents herself like nice and pretty and the queen? Well, that's how Satan presents himself in the beginning of the Bible, like nice and good, except he's actually evil. It's humans versus these other beings. You have to have faith like a child, because the littlest one is the only one that gets in. The lion sacrifices himself, even though he didn't do anything, and then because he was a sacrifice that didn't do anything wrong, he rose back from the dead. The lion is representing Jesus, right? The main kid who's gonna be king, his name is Peter, like Peter, the disciple.
Wow.
Like it's so much more than that.
GG's, cat.
Yeah, she knew. She's like, no, C.S. Lewis wrote this, and he wrote this because he wanted to like highlight Christian aspects in it, and the whole purpose of the movie is to showcase the gospel. So then we watched it from that light. She's just explaining things to me, and I was like, I'm so happy I'm sitting next to you watching this movie. And then she like looks over and she's like, yeah, could you imagine losers just watching this movie knowing nothing about Christianity? So she threw some shade out, but it was good. We did that for New Year's Eve. It's been fun. I've used my fireplace like every day because it's super cold right now in Washington State. Like we have right now as we're recording this, there's a winter warning. So it's going to snow for the next 4 days straight here. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, you say that, but here's the thing. On TikTok, I saw this video of this girl from my area in Washington. She's shoveling out her car, like she's throwing all the snow out. And as she's throwing the snow out, she's just yelling, we have no hurricanes, we have no earthquakes, we have no tornadoes. We have no hurricanes, we have no earthquakes.
That's funny. That's funny.
But no, week's been good. I played, actually, so I touched on what you talked about. I played Phasmophobia with some people from my community for the first time. They just encouraged me to buy it. Bought it on sale, and it wasn't like, I don't know if it's a game for me. I'd have to replay it again. But it's crazy how games can actually scare you, like you said. Because like that game was creepy, and I found myself not wanting to go into the house. I was like, why would I want to go in the house?
Everybody has always asked me, like, Rosa, why don't you play scary games? I feel like it'd be really entertaining to watch you play a scary game. And I'm like,
have you ever played Little Nightmares?
Somebody's gonna get punched.
I thought you were gonna say somebody come get her.
Somebody come get
I really
her.
thought that's what
She's
you were gonna say.
screaming like a banshee.
Have you ever played Little Nightmares?
No.
That's one scary game that I love, and I will recommend it to anybody. Such a good game. Highly recommend it.
I have watched Smile has actually streamed that game, and it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I watched him play it too. Yeah, I watched him play it. I love Smile. If you guys don't know who Smile is, he's a moderator on Rosa's channel and a viewer on mine. Absolutely love him. But we're excited.
Gamer.
Smile more. We're excited to get into another episode of the podcast. I think we're going to jump right into a review. You ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Please, we can't afford a single slip up. They're judging us.
Review. Yes, good stuff. Here you go. Have a rate.
Ooh,
dang,
I love that music.
Would, like, keep going. We should have music as we're talking.
We should drop an album. Were you on my stream when I rapped? when I did the Dr. Seuss rap?
I was asleep.
You
but I
missed
did
it.
go back and watch the VOD.
Oh gosh, don't go back and watch the VOD.
Oh. You know how we talked about this before and you were like, nobody ever watches the VODs. I'm one of your people that sit there and watch your VODs. Like,
oh gosh, I gotta watch what I say.
Review. All right. This week's review is from the Christian Dirtbag.
Oh, is she answering what we talked about?
Yeah. Well, she's kind of just like her side of it. You know?
Like third member of the podcast?
Yeah. And she's got, you know, some like of her opinions on here, which are facts. Number 1, sugar-coated preaching is detrimental to your soul. Facts. 2.
Unless it's like the good kind of sugar, because I like sugar. Go ahead, continue. Sugar's good. I put sugar in my coffee today. Go ahead.
Oh, goodness gracious, Lord. Number 2, obedience is an act of worship.
Facts. Unless you're being obedient to the devil, then that would not be.
Can you not? My goodness gracious. Well, I mean, unless you're being obedient to the devil, wouldn't that be an obedience to the devil?
Is.
I mean,
I guess it is being an act of worship.
Steven.
Yeah. I guess it would be an act of worship. The wrong way, but yeah. Okay.
Hello? Do you even go here? Number 3, zombie apocalypses. I've thought far too much about this. Do I think I could survive? Yes, even without my arsenal. Do I think I would be able to keep my kids safe?
That was
the
most
Not
American thing ever.
Number 4, at this moment, my last words would be, go little rock star.
That audio took over TikTok.
It did.
It really,
and then
really
I
did.
saw a video that ruined it all.
Really?
There was this guy that was like, do you guys not know where that's from? That's not even what he's saying. He doesn't say go little rock star. He's literally saying Pope is a rock star.
Oh.
Pope.
No, we don't take that. I don't accept that. I'm good.
I was like, I wish I wouldn't have went my entire life without knowing this.
Oh, I've learned a long time ago.
Because, I wanted to use that audio for everything.
Nope. You don't
Literally
find out
everything.
the origin of TikTok sounds. I've learned that a long time ago. You do not find out the origin of TikTok sounds.
No, it ruined it for me because I wanted to use that for everything.
And
like when I literally had like a parenting TikTok in my head. It was like, whenever
I had one too.
Literally, like, I wanted to use it in like very bad ways.
No,
I
had one.
Literally, me driving with Noah in the back seat, being like, "Mommy, I want McDonald's," and us passing McDonald's, and me being like, "There's food at home," and then like the camera zooming in on me and being like, "Go little rock star," like.
Funny, I actually had one where you and I were going to be in a car together, and you were going to be excited about a new beanie. No, you were going to be excited about a new beanie you bought, and I was going to turn around and be like, "Go little rock star." Thank you guys so much for the review.
That's so funny.
We really appreciate it. Listen, Rosa, you tell them.
Speaking of reviews, do you think you guys? Okay, so for real,
this is our petition to you guys.
Yeah, this is our petition
to all 5 of you listening.
Could you guys, whenever we ask for a review, talk about how do I word this? Talk about what you thought of the episode, or point out things that we did.
I just realized how horrible this is coming off because wait, hold on. Okay.
Right after we do it.
Okay, Rosa and I are trying to let you guys know that we want to read reviews based off of the episodes so that we can continue to push that stuff out and it can help us to grow as we are telling people what they like about our episodes. Okay. But how is that coming off?
This is why you should have done this. This is why you should have done this.
No. I did it too. I'm realizing we read Dirtbag's review, and now we're like, by the way, guys, we really need you to. She's never gonna comment on.
Oh, my empath heart! Now I feel bad. I have to literally I already VIP'd her because of the mishap that happened in the stream that one day. Now I'm gonna have to show up at her house in Italy. I don't know. My goodness, I love you, Dirtbag.
Seriously though, guys, we try to review. Yeah, we try to read a review every single episode. The reviews also help us push the content out. So if you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment there down below. Make sure you subscribe. Head over to the Apple version of it, the Apple Podcast. Drop a review on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, wherever you're listening to. They help us tremendously. It's how those platforms push us out, and it also just lets us know that you guys are here enjoying it. I found out that somebody was lurking in my community actually, Dirtbag lurked in my community for months, I found out, before she even spoke her first word in my chat. So if you're one of those people, let us know. Drop a review if you've been watching the podcast. Let us know that you're enjoying it. Motivate us and keep us going.
It's also nice for like people that's wanting a podcast to listen to, and they click on ours and look at the reviews, and it's not just
Forehead Steven or something like that.
It's not just hashtag Forehead Steven or get Rosa a new mic or something. Don't come for my mic, by the way,
because then they're gonna think
amazing.
Then they're gonna think that
like leave some stuff about like what you genuinely think.
Your lava lamp is letting us know it's time to get into God.
Okay.
It was flickering like crazy. The possessed lava. Don't rub it. Possessed lava lamp.
Okay, baby.
All right, guys.
She's struggling. She's had all the TikTok fame's getting to her, I think.
All right, guys. Thanks again for the review. Let's get into some God topic.
Talk about God, and let's talk about
faith.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so this week's topic is we're essentially just going to discuss what we think. We haven't discussed this previously. The benefits and the disadvantages of ministering online, whatever that means. So the reason why this came about, Rosa, I'll tell you, is I saw a comment, which I get these all the time on TikTok. I saw a comment that was left, and somebody was essentially dropping, like, I think this is what you're doing wrong. Never commented before on anybody's content or anything. You had one of those, and I had one of those this week. We both had one. If you like, I had one on a sound I used on TikTok, and you had one off something too, right? So it just got me thinking.
I commented on yours.
I saw. Well, it just got me thinking that there's benefits and there's disadvantages to ministering online, and in this aspect, like this specific thing, this is not what I want to talk about, but this specific thing. It gives people the ability to just talk to anybody they want and say what they want. That looks delicious. Say what you can't just put pizza. I'm not even. You can't just put pizza in my face.
I did it on purpose. Okay.
I think I have a pizza in my fridge. I think now. Okay. Anyway, back on track. Sorry, I'm getting thirsty.
He got hot and bothered right there.
Thirst trap, Steven. This is how I looked at my honeymoon. Okay, so.
Just a pizza box laying on the bed with cat.
Oh gosh, no. Some graphic designer right now is gonna get to work on my Discord.
Literally, somebody makes them that have literally take a woman on a bed and put Kat's face on it with her opening a pizza box, laying on a bed. Please, somebody.
If somebody does that, I think we should give them a prize.
I'll give you $5. Cash App.
Okay.
$5 Cash App. But it has to be good. If it's not good enough, I'm not giving you my money.
Oh gosh. So back to the God. It just got me thinking that having the ability to comment on somebody's video or whatever and just drop your opinion on I think this is what you're doing wrong. God, this is what God says, blah, blah, blah. That's not bad. That's good in a sense. But it got me thinking man, there's disadvantages because they're dropping what they believe to be true, which is great. I'm all for people expressing their faith and especially when they feel like God told them to do something. Love that stuff. I just started realizing that working at a church, right? I'm a Christian pastor. I see that majority of people all around the world call themselves Christians, but they don't act like a Christian. Yet they're really vocal online. Mm-hmm. So I love that online ministry has given people the chance to be vocal. I think it's removed the personalness of it, where I cared enough to go up to a stranger, meet them, show caring for them as I minister to them, because now I can just go on your comment section, say whatever I want, and leave, and walk away as if I did the Lord's work. Maybe I did. I feel like majority of the time I didn't.
I feel like that's where real connection happens, is leveling with someone or understanding them, like having that basis, like foundation of, we are both human.
Yeah.
Here's you, here's me, we're on the same level. That type of thing. When you
Yeah.
got somebody that comes in your chat or your comments and is like, I am on pedestal, you are beneath me, this is what you do wrong,
In that
this
very
is
voice.
what you do wrong, this, and this, all wrong, I am right, I'm correcting you out of love, please take it. Literal vomit.
Because you don't know. Yeah, there's no context. There's no like.
You don't even know me.
There's no discipleship.
You know nothing about me. You don't
Yeah.
know what I do for my father. You don't know what I do in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, that's
You
what I
shut
mean.
your mouth.
There's no. I think the problem with online ministry is that if not done correctly, there's no discipleship. There's no like going alongside somebody and bringing somebody alongside you in the journey. There's just stop points, like at the highway, and you just stop, do what you
Also-
want, and then you get back on the highway. And I don't know that we're called to live that way as Christians.
When you come at somebody and you're like trying to critique them and point out things that they do wrong or whatever assumptions that you make about the person, where does that, I don't know how to word this. You do not know what that person's life is.
Yeah, you don't know the
Number one.
details. Yeah.
And number two, even doing
And
it
I mean-
in that kind of way, like, you just, I don't know.
So I mean, I do think from the other side, there is some value to like being able to reach out to somebody online and talk to them and correct
Right.
them if need be, you know. So I get hit up all the time. So people have asked me this. This is my least favorite thing about Christian TikTok. It's that every 20 videos I'll find somebody that's like, here's my list of all the false preachers, and then they show video clips of false pastors that they believe are false preachers. I've gotten hit up before and they're like, Pastor Steven, how come you don't do those? Or like they'll tag me in them, like thoughts. I just stay out of that. Because there's not like discipleship alongside that. Now, I'm not afraid to go up to somebody God puts around my inner circle and reach out to them and be like, hey, I think that's wrong. Here's why. I got what I call mutuals on TikTok. I think there's mutuals on Twitch too. A mutual is somebody within your range of influence, you know? Like I've got people that have 300, 400,000 followers, you know, 200, and I consider them mutuals. And like when they DM me, I listen to their DMs. When I DM them, they listen to me because we're kind of mutuals and we'll talk. So I'm not afraid to have that conversation there, but I don't necessarily like care to just blatantly throw stones without really aiming down the right target. I don't know if that's making any sense. I just like to like, if I'm gonna say something, I want to make sure that it's true because one of these days I'm gonna get, you know.
I feel like there's like a boundary for me. Like, if I see something blatantly wrong, like on TikTok or
course,
online
yeah.
or something like that, I do not care.
Yeah, of course.
I do not care.
I
will
do
come at
not
you,
care.
Guns blazing. But if it's somebody like
This is you,
close
like
to me,
guns blazing on your keyboard.
yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
pictured. That's literally what I pictured.
If it's like somebody that I know or something like
Yeah.
that, that's in my circle, what happened to like taking your brother or sister in confidence and like talking to them?
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need?
That's
why
exactly
it's like
it.
so dismissive to me when you've got these people that, number one, don't even know you, don't know your life, don't know your relationship with God,
Yeah.
coming at you. And number two, they're just like, in a way, like just trying to do it publicly. That way, what? They get a couple likes on their comments?
Probably.
What? No. Like, never be ashamed to stand up for your faith publicly. I don't want to make it seem like that's what I'm doing.
No,
but,
I think neither one of us are saying that.
yeah, but there's a way to be respectful about it that will actually sink in on the person.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's, I don't know.
If you are watching the video version of the podcast, by the way,
I am enjoying a pizza.
Rosa has no idea what just happened. Don't tell her. That's all. Continue.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Something just happened. If you're watching the video version, you know what happened. She is unaware that anything happened. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree 110%. I agree 110%. I think that, like,
Find a new co-host.
what are you gonna do?
Sit here and enjoy my pizza, and you're just gonna talk to yourself.
No, I think what you said is true. I think we're supposed to do that. We're supposed to call out. I think that there is a fine line. I think the internet's made it easy. My pet peeve is I think the internet's made it easy to share your faith. So be bold and share it. Like I talk to people that I personally know all the time, and I'm like, you should be posting about God on your stories, on your feed. You should be doing that. So go for it. Yeah. On the flip side, I think while it's made it so easy to get the word out, at the same time, it's made it so easy to do all the things the wrong way, like not grabbing your brother and sister in confidence, not publicly shaming everybody. Like it's made all that stuff easier too. And I just think as Christians, if we're serious about this, you need to be really serious about how you minister regardless of the platform. So if you're ministering at your church, be really serious about how you do that too and be biblical about it. If you're ministering online, take it very serious too, because those words on the keyboard you're gonna be held accountable to everything, including those words you typed in on a keyboard. So, and I know we could say, we're building people up, but are you? And you need to be careful about that. And I don't know, it's up to you and God, but I would just advise people to be really cautious about it. Just I know that when things are easy, you got to be a little more careful about it. And typing to people is really easy online, so I think we should be really careful about how we do it.
I feel like it's almost like the same as, I'm sure you've met somebody like this. Like they say they're a Christian, and like you're having a conversation with them or something.
Yeah.
I've met somebody like this, and they're like, went down there to the homeless shelter yesterday and spent about $400 getting everybody something to eat, blah, 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 and just telling you all the blessings that they bestowed on somebody.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's almost like the same. Like,
I just thought of a story of somebody coming into your comments and your thing, and they're being like, I just corrected the hell out of that person. Add that to my list this week. We had used to do this event called Pay It Forward, where we would just give away free services one day a year. Like we do other stuff, but this one day a year we did this big thing. And I'm not talking like just come to the church, get some food and get a book bag. I'm talking come to the church. There's like go shopping for free, get groceries for free, get a haircut for free. You want professional photos taken for your Twitch or for your family? Come get professional photos taken by a real photographer. Oh, you have dental work? Guess what? We hired a dentist and a dental office. Walk across the street and go there and get free dental work. Get your nails done for free. Like, I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. Yes, it's not like it's a huge thing. So we had, hundreds of thousands of people coming. And I just remember this one interaction I had with this old lady at my church. Mind you, everybody who's walking down that line has stuff going on, including the people serving us. Like we all have issues and stuff going on, right? Mm-hmm. But of course, the church is really vocal about certain things. This lady this old sweet lady in my church looks over, taps me, and goes, Pastor Stephen, I think those are lesbians.
Oh my God.
And I looked over like, yeah, they might be. Let's go give them some food. Like, what the hell was she trying to tell me? What was she trying to tell me? Like, sound the alarm. Cut off the line. Like, what the heck was she trying to tell me?
Grab them both by the hair right now. Get them out of here.
Oh, gosh. Like, seriously, like, what? Anyway, so... Yeah, I think we just got to be careful
funny.
and
that
slow.
That actually reminds me of I was doing a TikTok live during stream the other day. Yeah. And there was this like super Christian in my live.
Yeah.
She was like, Jesus is coming back, Rosa. It's never too late. I'm like, what is she talking about? And like the next message pops up and she's like, oh, because I vape. That's what it was. Like, I hit my vape and she was like, she said something. She was like, I'm glad that you don't drink or like smoke or do drugs or anything, but my only critique is that you need to be more feminine.
I mean, Rosa, it's about time.
My goodness gracious. I just like
That's
looked
crazy.
at it and I was just like,
That's crazy.
wow.
That you should have sent her over to
Love you, sister.
You should have sent her to my stream while I'm blowing a shofar because I suck at that. That's the most feminist thing I do. Should have sent her over to my stream. That's interesting. That's crazy and weird.
Yeah.
You know, I think of it this way.
Very strange.
When I say we have to be really careful and slow, I don't mean like don't call people out because I would be a liar. I do that too. So I'm saying we should do that. But I think people always point to Jesus and they'll say, "Oh, but he didn't play. He went to a city and he didn't play." You're right, 100%. But when I say go slow, I mean Jesus was really straightforward, but he walked everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. We're quickly going online. We're not walking everywhere. We're not taking our time from city to city, spending time with God intently the way Jesus was. Right. We're rushing places. We're rushing on TikTok, getting on Twitch. You know, we're talking about online ministering. So that's why I think we need to be really slow.
Jesus already knew their hearts.
Yeah.
Already knew their life. Already knew everything about the person.
Yeah.
Like it's like he knew the way to approach, you know.
Yeah.
These people know nothing about you. That's like the one on your TikTok made me so angry.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to get into that, but yeah.
No.
Funny.
But
funny.
Still crazy.
I get hundreds of thousands of those. It's not even that.
I know.
After a while you're going to not. You're going to see as well. After a while you're just not going to comment.
Well, I've had other ones before that is just like whatever.
But you know what? That's always that you start a church and then you know what critique you get? You go to a city and you start a new church. Oh, there's so many other churches in our city. Why didn't they just join one of those? Or, no, I'm serious. Or you join a church and you want to help them bring some change. You know the critique you get is, but we're a certain way. You should go do that somewhere else. Like people are just going to complain and have their opinion no matter what. I just think if you're going to be serious and minister to people, just take your time, make sure it's what God's telling you to do, approach them the right way, and do it the biblical way. Take the brother aside, talk to them one-on-one.
I was actually in church when this happened. The lady sitting next to me.
Yeah.
There was a missionary that came up on the stage and was talking about how our church has helped this person and da-da-da-da-da. This woman mumbles under her breath, "Why are we doing that when we got homeless people in the church? Why aren't we starting in the church? Why aren't we doing this?" And I was like, Karen,
can you just be happy?
Can we have a moment with the missionary man, the man from Nigeria that's on stage right now?
That's funny.
Talking to us.
That's funny.
Goodness gracious.
That's funny.
Where is your mother?
Oh man. I can't. Yeah.
But, I mean, she does have a point, but at the same time, like God did something. Can we watch, please? My Lord.
Okay, I can't continue this. I can't. Get in some gaming.
Video games.
My favorite.
Games! I love games. I'm great at games.
All right, guys. So this week, did you hear about Epic and what they're doing?
No.
Okay, are you a Tomb Raider fan?
I mean,
there's only one right answer here.
Kinda. I mean, I'm not crazy about it, but close your mouth.
I love Lara Croft.
Of course you do.
Love Lara.
What is it with the Ara names? You love Mara from COD.
I just noticed that. What am I going to do with Katrina?
Wow. Ara? Kata?
Yeah. So Epic has decided to ring out the new, like to start the new year. They're giving away games for free. So they started with the entire Tomb Raider, the remake trilogies, the one that just came out a couple years ago. They're free. So if you have a PC, or if you don't even have a PC, but you want to go and get it, download Epic Gaming on your PC. You can purchase all the games for free, and you can own them forever. And then when you get your PC, you have all the Tomb Raider games, all the brand new, new ones in HD. Like, they look really good. I was playing one on stream because Warzone wasn't working. So I was like, hey, Epic's got it for free. Let me download it. And then I just started playing Tomb Raider.
Wow.
I think in 2 days, or in 4 days, on the 6th of January, they're going to get rid of the Tomb Raider ones, and then they're going to switch to 3 other games, and then they're going to keep doing that. So, in a week, they'll do that again. And they're just giving away free games. So every couple days, you just got to check Epic, and you're getting brand new games for free.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Really excited about that. You haven't played Tomb Raider, have you? When's the last time you played Tomb Raider?
I've played it before.
Like
Xbox
PlayStation 1? That's what you're talking about?
No, like Xbox One.
Tomb Raider was an Xbox thing?
Yeah, there was a Tomb Raider that came out. Well, it may have not been. It may have been PlayStation. I don't know, but it was on one of the. It was either on the PS4 or the Xbox One. Because I remember the graphics being like, it was like when PS4 and like Xbox were like, you know, the best of the best.
Oh, so you played one of the new ones?
Yeah, because I remember being like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's one of the newer ones. That's one of the newer ones. Yeah, the graphics are amazing on the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first games I bought for PlayStation 4 was one of the Tomb Raider games, and then I bought the whole trilogy. And don't even get me started. I mean, that could be a whole podcast for me.
Crazy how far graphics have came.
And they're getting crazier.
Like I remember when GTA 5 came out, and I was like, it's like real life.
Do you remember like, being really young and seeing like 2D GTA, like bird's eye view, and you were looking down?
Yeah.
That's how bad graphics were. Or like Tomb Raider even. Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1 was horrible. Horrible compared to what it is now.
Why I hated on Minecraft for the longest time is because of the graphics, like how it's like all blocks and stuff like that.
That's why I'm still hating on it.
I was like, wasn't for me. Can't do it. Can't do it. Played it in love. Actually in love. Love Minecraft. I haven't played it in a very long time, but yeah, so it's been requested from both of our communities.
I know we keep talking about this.
Yeah,
people have been asking me to play Minecraft since the day I started streaming 10 months ago. Yeah, I'm coming up on my year. Really excited about that.
Question that I get frequently too. Like, do you play Minecraft?
There's a big Minecraft community out there. But yeah, so Epic's giving away games.
I would sacrifice you to literally everything. I
feel like I would. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. We should just play Minecraft.
Yeah, we should.
We should. We're gonna keep saying this till another year. Oculus. So this is big news in video games this week. Oculus, the gaming console, right? The VR gaming console. This is the first time ever for Christmas they have. So obviously this is going to be an easy answer, but what do you think was the number one downloaded app on iOS on Apple platforms last week?
I don't know.
Oculus. The number one downloaded app was Oculus. They broke records. Yep, they broke records, and I think it has to do with Mark Zuckerberg. You know about Mark Zuckerberg talking about the Meta universe?
Yeah.
I think it has to do with that, but they broke records, and here's why I think this is a big deal. VR is not heavily a thing yet. It's there, but it's really not a big thing in gaming right now. Most people don't use it. You know, it's just you have like 2 or 3 people in your community usually that use it.
I've never experienced it.
Yeah, me neither. But now they're number one in the charts. Now they sold hundreds of thousands of platforms. This year, it's gonna blow up. So I think as a gamer, as a streamer, as a content creator, you probably should do yourself some good and start learning about VR. Like if you're listening to us right now, this is Pastor Steven telling you should probably start getting into VR or learning about it if you want to do content creation, because it's probably going to get big over the next couple of years. With Facebook getting behind the Meta universe. Did you know that there's a church? There's 2 churches already on VR. Every Sunday you can attend church. There's 2 churches on VR.
With a thing on your face.
So there's one church. You could do it even without it. They have been doing church online in VR for years. But then now recently, like 2 months ago, Life Church, like with Craig Rochelle, called people who listen to our podcast go there. They jumped in. They're always quick to jump in. They're the creators of the Bible app on your phone. They're the ones that decided, let's build another church in VR. So they built a physical church in VR. And then on the front of the church, the screen just shows their church service. So it's like you're streaming it. But when you walk in with your little character, you can see everybody and say hi to everybody. And then they do actual altar calls. So you walk into church and they're like, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, today, Craig Rochelle's going to preach. And you're like, okay. And then you go have a seat. You know, you push your character, you have a seat, and you can look around. And then at the end of the service, somebody from Life Church will walk up to the front real quick as Craig finishes his message, and then the person will be like, and if that's you seriously, like I've watched this, they're like, if that's you today, raise your hand right now, virtually, blah, blah, blah. And then you see a couple people raise their hands up and they're like, I see you, thank you, I see you. And we're going to pray. And then they pray like a real prayer for those people. And obviously they're going to encourage those people to go to a physical church, but yeah, Life Church jumped in on it. I think they took it to a whole
My mouth has been open
level.
for the last 5 minutes. What?
Really cool. I think they took it to another level, but
wow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the people that do church in Rust on TikTok or anything like that?
Yes.
So it's like that, except way cooler.
I have been somebody that has done church in Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah.
I still low-key want to do that in one of these games, but just I haven't found the one yet.
Literally built a church.
That's cool.
With like, yeah. And we did the same thing in Fallout 76, actually.
Nice.
Built an old church, and like people from like random strangers, like actual people playing the game, like came in the church.
That's the whole idea with what like Life Church is doing. They built a real church in the metaverse, and people are going.
We did it.
I mean, in the VR
Fallout
world, people are coming.
And we did that in Minecraft. A group of old friends that I used to play with.
Yeah, I want a VR set now. I really do.
I don't know. I think I'm a little too. I would literally have to be in a bubble.
Can you imagine the way we play? You and me in VR? Just being stupid. Do you remember that one time we played 5M and then we were driving and we were like, soccer field, and we stopped the car and just started pretend kicking a ball?
Yes.
Imagine VR. Imagine us in VR.
Remember the time that you tried to drive?
Yeah, I do remember. Anyway, let's not gonna talk about how I was yeeted off of a bike by Rosa.
Really, hang on a second, pull over. Bent down and started praying for my life. My goodness gracious.
But yeah, that's a big things that are happening this week. Epic's giving out free games, and then Oculus is literally crushing it in sales. I think this year and next year are going to be big pivotal years for VR. I do think in the next 2-3 years, it's going to be big. It's going to be really big. I think you're going to see a lot more video games adopting it, like VR versions of the game. Imagine Warzone in VR. You know?
I would literally die to somebody and have to like punch my wall or something. There's no way.
And then
it's like the Wii on crack. You really think about it. It's the Wii on crack.
Yeah. I think as big platform games adopt it, like a Warzone or something like that, that's when it's going to be a game changer. And I think there's been no need to, because they haven't had sales, like a ton of them. But now they're number one for the actual first time ever. Oculus having headsets. Now this is the first time they're actually number one on every platform. Now it's time for big companies that are going to start paying attention to this. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I'm curious. Last thing is, and I just thought this was interesting to talk about, it's been noted online that a lot of the big Warzone players, like the top players, the pros, your Aiden, your Nick Mercs, all the Call of Duty professional players, they've all branched off of Warzone. They don't play Warzone anymore. But here's the thing. Warzone's like numbers haven't really gone down. What do you think about that? You got big guys like Nick Mercs, Aiden.
They haven't gone down.
Aiden, you know, all these big shots saying bad things and leaving the game to play other games. Yet Warzone's ratings haven't really gone down.
I feel like it's just love-hate relationship with anybody that plays COD. You hate it, but you can't stop playing it.
But here's what I think. I think, remember when I told you a couple weeks ago that like they made it better for the casual player?
You're black. Yeah.
Let's just keep going from this section out because we have an audio version of Fine Tune.
Oh, I just realized how that's going to sound to people just watching.
Yeah, if you're not watching the video version,
you're black. Like, what?
My screen just cut off. If you're not watching the video version, you can still hear us, but my screen cut off.
His screen is
for
black,
those of you on YouTube. I'm not black. My screen is just black. Don't take Wars' words literally. I did not have a change on screen.
That was so random too.
You're black.
Oh gosh.
No, here's what I think though. I think they made it better for the casual player. And your sweaty people are not. I'm just looking at
I
you.
feel really awkward now. I can't.
Push through, Rosa. Push through.
It's like I'm just looking at a black screen. There's a man talking. It's weird. Scaring me.
I feel like the Wizard of Oz right now.
I feel like I'm in a movie, and like you were like my best friend that died or something, and I'm hearing your voice.
The Wizard of Oz.
Push
literally.
through, Rosa. Push through. So stupid.
Hold on, guys. Rosa has no idea that I just disconnected from her. Nope.
Welcome back. You're still black.
Nope. All right. We got to just push through for a second until we get to the next.
Welcome back. You're still black.
That was another episode of the Respawn Podcast. Don't cry. You can stay in touch with Rosa and Pastor Steven on their live streams right on Twitch. Don't forget to follow them on social media to stay in touch. We'll see you on the next episode.